As you all know, concussion is a huge issue, rightly so. There's a lot of attention being placed on concussion in every major sport at every level. And the reason I wanted to make a statement is I wanted to make it clear that we don't have special rules for special people. And that we have followed our clinical guidelines with respect to return to play. As John mentioned, Kobe has been seen on a number of occasions today. He's been examined and reevaluated, and he's gone through every one of the specific tests that we've required him to go through and has passed them all with flying colors. He's been asymptomatic or symptom-free as well today. And although he's had a somewhat accelerated stepwise return to play, he has satisfied, to our satisfaction, a stepwise return to play. John mentioned that there were some extenuating circumstances, and this is part of the reason why we felt more comfortable with a more accelerated return. One of those is that while Kobe had some concussion symptoms on Sunday, when he was seen on Tuesday, his primary symptom was headache. And that headache was associated with some nausea, with some sensitivity to light, sensitivity to sound. Those are very frequent and commonly seen symptoms related to concussion. However, the extenuating factor in Kobe's case is that he also had a significant component of neck soreness, some cervical pain, whiplash, if you will, kinds of symptoms. And that can also result in the exact same kinds of symptoms in some people. So where we were was a situation where he had suffered a concussion on Sunday, but my opinion was that the overwhelming majority, the significant majority of his symptoms on Tuesday were related to that cervicogenic headache or whiplash kind of effect. That was partially based on his physical examination, that was partially based on his description of symptoms, and also based on his response to treatment for his neck. He came back, was reassessed today, and had made a dramatic improvement in terms of his symptoms, and the most significant intervention he had was treatment for his neck. That also kind of underscored to me that a significant majority of those headache symptoms were related to a cervicogenic process, and it was for that reason that we felt comfortable with accelerating that return to play in a stepwise fashion. He's done that, and he looks good right now, and we've cleared him to return. We will watch him very carefully, and we'll see how he does.
Will the neck be an ongoing issue? Can you describe the extent to that injury?
It's probably a soft tissue kind of injury. He's got full range of motion. He's got good strength and reflexes and no sensory changes or anything of that nature. So we don't expect that to be an ongoing issue. But again, in the context of some of the other injuries that he's had, the nose, the concussion, the neck, that can also kind of magnify everything as well.
When you look for a player to clear him, are there any things on the test that are of a higher priority than others? Because there's memory, there's speed, there's accuracy, things that are some more of a higher priority than others.
Great question. The first thing and the most important thing is that the athlete needs to be symptom-free. So if they describe or endorse any symptoms, whether that's headache or nausea or dizziness or lightheadedness or imbalance, any symptoms, game over. Okay, and then as we go through objective tests, we're looking on a neurological examination at the cranial nerves, we're looking at vision, we're looking at eye movements, we're looking at motor testing, reflexes, balance. There are a number of parts of the neurologic physical examination that are critical. And a well-done examination will pick up abnormalities there, but we don't stop there. There are also cognitive tests. There are question and answer cognitive tests that we'll put the athlete through, and there are computer-based cognitive tests that we'll also put the athlete through, and only if they've satisfied the criteria of being symptom-free, completely normal examination in all of those areas will we proceed with this exertional test and this stepwise return to play.
One last question. Including yesterday, how many times have you examined him?
I've examined him 4 times, including yesterday.
Okay.